In this tutorial in Microsoft Excel, I'd like to show you how to let Excel create some sample pivot tables for you. It's a very easy process and it gives you several to pick from. A pivot table, it basically gives you different ways of looking at your data. It's like taking a cube with writing all over the sides and turning it one way and another to figure out how can I look at this data in different ways. So let me just show you rather than describe it. I have here a sample of some data that will work well with a pivot table. What won't work is if your data is summarized. So you want it as raw as possible. On the screen I have different classes at an exercise place, and then the students. And we have the month in which they're in the class, and names will appear more than once, the quarter of the year, and the weight loss during that particular month's session. And so I click here and I find that I have several different classes with the same people, some with only one. So what I'm going to do is create a pivot table. To do that, I can click anywhere in my table, doesn't matter which row or column. And then I click on the Insert tab above the ribbon. Once I've done that, I have a section called Tables. And in this exercise, we're going to click on the icon that has the question mark and says Recommended Pivot Tables. I click there, and it gives me a recommendation. In this case, I have actually 4 different tables it recommends. The top one is highlighted. Then I have a larger version on the right. So this one gives me one option where the rows are the classes, and then in this column it's the sum of the weight loss. I click over here and the rows are by quarter and the sum of the weight loss. My third option in my rows are my participants in the class. Again, we're using the same sum of weight loss. And the last one, we have the rows are the classes further broken down by months and then the same sum of the weight loss. So when I found one I think I like, I'm going to click on the OK button from the pop-up menu, and it will add a sheet to my Excel sheet workbook that has this information. And we'll show you in another lesson how you can modify it. But this particular sheet is using 3 pieces of data: the class, the month, and the weight loss. The rows are comprised of class, then further broken down by month, and we have the summation here of weight loss. We'll show you how to change these, but this gives me one simple way to do that. So I've instantly created that data. I'll go back to my master sheet. I'll do Insert, Recommended Pivot Tables again. And this time, let's do the one with the people in it, the participants. I'll click here and then I'll click on OK. Now it creates another sheet, which we obviously can relabel. And this uses only 2 items. The student we find is in charge of the rows, and then we have the sum of the weight loss over here. So it's using these 2 values, and this tells me exactly where they are, and we can drag these items. We'll show you that later. Let's try one more because it's just so easy. We'll go back to our master sheet and we'll do Insert again, Recommended Pivot Tables, and we'll just do the one that's the first one here, where we look at the classes. So I'll click on OK. It inserts yet another sheet, and here it's based on the class and the weight loss. The class is the rows, the weight loss gives me the sum of the weight loss per class. So this is a very easy way to get started with a pivot table with very little design work on your own in Microsoft Excel. The next exercise will show you how to tweak the tables a little bit and help you understand a little more about how you can adjust this to fit what you want to do.